episode of Ron and Jack's podcast. As many of you probably know that follow movies, maybe some of the trailers you may have seen, specifically on YouTube, for The Strangers 2, Prey at Night. We just got through watching it, so we wanted to give you guys a little review on how this movie went down. Jack, any opening thoughts for this movie? What was your initial reaction?
No, go ahead. What's it about?
You have to excuse me here also. I'm eating a Wendy's 4x4. Thought I'd promote that a little bit before the podcast starts off. Everyone knows how good the 4x4 is. You know, you just got to keep it on the menu. So I hope everyone that watches this podcast supports Wendy's and the 4x4. Alright, so we got that out of the way. Now, initial thoughts of the movie, how the movie is like. First, let me just talk a little bit about the background of the movie without. We don't want to. Do we want to give spoilers? No. No spoilers in this. We don't want to do any of that, but. Basically, it's a family. This is the one thing I didn't know from the trailer, and it's not a spoiler, so it's not really big to give it up, but it's a family that goes to the house. At first, I thought it was just like the first Strangers movie that came out back in 2006, where it was a couple living at a house.
Oh, really?
Like, that went to like a vacation house.
There was a couple?
That's what it was in the first movie in 06.
Okay. And now it's a family?
Now it's a family, so that confused me, threw me for a little bit of a loop when I first, came on the screen today. So that's the movie basically focuses itself around this family in this, trailer park. What's the name of the park again? It's like Gilbane Camping or something.
Yeah.
It starts with a G. I forget the name of it, but, you could see that, like, whoever wrote this definitely had, like, some sense of, like, I had a sense of Friday the 13th to me. Like, just the setting, the fog, you know, like, the abandoned...
Yeah, the camera was pretty good.
The cameraing was very good in the movie. It actually saved for some parts of bad acting. I thought the camera saved a lot of parts of, bad acting. It actually starts off really quick, which is what I like about it, because I don't like movies that are sort of, like, slow and dragging most of the time, which we've watched some of those, and we usually don't like that. But on this movie, I felt like all the action started quick. Like, there wasn't a lot of dragging their feet. What did you think about the beginning?
Yeah, you're right.
Did I leave anything out of, like, sort of the setting? So that, I'll tell you basically what is going on. It's not really a spoiler. You think I could talk about, like, why they're going to the house and everything? Just the setting of the...
you can say the beginning, you just can't say the ending.
Yeah, so basically... what happened is the daughter is doing, like, poor in school, right, Jack? And what ends up...
some other stuff.
And some other shit, I guess, like, just getting in trouble and shit. So they decided to move her out to boarding school, and for some reason, they don't go to, like, a hotel. They stay in, like, this rental cottage while they're moving her into school.
Yeah, but, like,
so it's a weekend thing. It's not meant to be, like,
the grandparents own the what do you call it?
The whole place, right?
Yeah,
they own the site.
The rental thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the grandparents own the rental thing, so they're there all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The grandparents are always there, so they went to just go stay there for free, basically, right?
Yep.
And then the weird thing was at the very beginning there was a note, right, that they handed.
Yeah.
Like a note. I guess it's not really a spoiler. Remember there was a note next to the key when the mom went in to go pick up the key up? Remember? It said something on it?
Yeah, it was Marvin. It said Marvin. Was Marvin this is my question now. Is Marvin the guy that was trying to kill them? No, because it wasn't grandparents. No, it wasn't grandparents. It was uncle and aunt.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was the father's brother.
Okay.
Based on, like, what I was
seeing. No, I thought it was grandparents, but okay.
I thought I heard uncle.
That could be.
Because I heard Uncle Marvin at the beginning.
Maybe.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So I'd have to watch it again to see that.
But I think they were also meeting someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was something was going on.
There's a phone call at the beginning.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So what about the note? Tell me about the note. Mowing over there.
So sorry, I'm mowing on Wendy's, as I already expressed, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do when in a podcast. But so the note basically said, like, we'll see you in the morning, right?
Is that what it said?
Yeah, it said, we'll see you in the morning. And it said, no, it wasn't to Marvin. It said, like, much love, Marvin.
Okay.
On it. And, so I assume Marvin was the uncle. We won't say anything else about that, but, like, that's who it is. That's who they were going to meet. So it starts off right with the
Yeah,
action.
I thought it was the more the mom was being kind of devious and like just doing whatever, you know, like when because it said, you know, they pull up and it was like closed, and the mom just kind of walks in and like just grabs the key.
Yeah, at
You
first
know?
I didn't connect it.
That's
I didn't
yeah,
connect. I
that's
was confused.
yeah. I thought it was.
I
Like,
definitely
something
was
more
confused.
devious. I thought it was something more. You know, I thought the mom was just being a badass, like
Or
you
just
know what I
being
mean?
some prick from like the city,
Yeah.
going into the country and not like really knowing how to behave or act really.
Not really. I thought it was more like she was being sinister about it, but then she's the first one to. Well, yeah, no spoilers, you know. But yeah, um, it was pretty good. Thriller type movie though. Good jump scares, and the plot was I don't know. The plot was definitely not one of the best. I've had a lot better plots. Like I don't know if you ever saw like Prisoner.
Well,
You
no,
remember seen? No,
I
you
might
ever
have
saw
seen it.
Prisoners with Hugh Jackman?
Huh? I'd have to see it.
You don't remember
I
that
think I've heard.
movie?
I think I've probably seen
It's
it.
the
But
one where it's basically it's like a dad or something, and then kid gets abducted or something like that. Hugh Jackman, Prisoners.
maybe I don't know.
You know, it reminded me a lot of that movie. I bet the viewers will have watched that before because it was a big movie. But it's you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot like that. It was a lot like. No, it wasn't a lot like that. That's what I mean to say. Like that was like they've had some really good plots for movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But this one didn't have the best plot. But it had good cinematics. Whoever was filming and whoever was producing and directing this did a good job.
But you also have to realize too,
You know what I mean?
movies like this movie don't really need a strong plot. Like
Yeah,
when we're
exactly.
talking Strangers, we're talking Michael Myers. Like that's what we're talking about. We're talking about movies that are slasher movies. We're talking about the Halloween series.
Yeah.
Like that's the movie you're expecting to see when you go see this. You're not. I didn't go into Strangers being like, "This is gonna be a crazy fucking plot with this," but I will talk about a trailer. Let's just get in this, I guess, at the beginning here, since we're talking about the beginning stages of the movie.
Yeah.
There was a trailer in the beginning stages that had a movie called The Quiet Place.
Yeah.
And didn't really get a good chance to see the actors that looked like they were in it. I don't know if you caught any of them.
Of who?
Of the actors that were in like the trailer.
Oh, The Quiet Place. Oh, it's like John Krasinski and then someone else.
And we think that might look pretty good, so we might go check that out.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good. There was another one that was pretty good. What was the other one?
The one I want to see. Oh, the one with the I thought it was like a racist type of ordeal at first. I thought they were putting race again in a thriller, which they've done before, like with Get Out. I thought they were gonna use like race as like another thing, which, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that movie somehow gets an Oscar vote. Like if it hasn't come out yet, so I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. But like, there's been a lot of movies that have used that. Like Get Out was a great movie. Like I'll tell you that. Get Out was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I forget what it was called. It was something. It was crazy though. It was like a black couple moved into like like Hickville, for lack of a better term, and then they were like trying to kill them or something, and it actually seemed like pretty cool. Just like, you know what I mean? Like,
all right. Well, the trailer looked like to me though was that they were moving into like a grandparent's house or something, or a father's house. Because remember they find the cameras and they're like, "What, Dad? What were all these cameras for?" Remember that?
I forget. No.
Well, part of that trailer, if I remember
believe
correctly.
you, though. I believe you.
Part of that trailer, if I remember correctly, there was a room that was set up in the house, and it just shows them for a split second there. The woman's there with her kids and everything, and she's just like, "Dad, what were you like trying to show us? Like, what is this? Like, what was this for?" So I don't know. Maybe what I'm thinking is maybe the father has like some weird connection to the area. There's more to that movie. We'll have to see it when we see the movie when it comes out, because I'm probably gonna see that one.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, it looks good.
That looked good too. Oh, finishing up the 4-4, guys. Amazing. Fucking amazing. But, going back to the Strangers, what else did you like about the movie?
I don't know. I thought it just had good cinematography.
Well, basically, this is one thing too that I saw. I remember when I first told you about this movie, you're like, Dude, that's fucking stupid.
Oh,
I remember you were saying like
this is what I have
you
to
were
say
saying
about
the
this movie.
idea of the fear behind that was stupid because you're like it would never happen. But like, would you want to be driving through a fucking summer home place when there's no fucking people there? It's off season. That's always been like sketchy as shit to me.
I don't know. Now I can totally see how scary it is.
Like those places in like Rhode Island like freak me out.
no,
When
I
I'm in
thought
like
it was-
the weird
I
neighborhoods in
thought
Rhode
it was just
Island
like
and no
some
one's
cabin thing. Like I thought it was just a dumb cabin in the woods type thing. But nah, this one actually was a little bit better because of that whole like environment that they're in. No, it's pretty good, and I had to say like it was actually pretty funny because people like when did it come out? It came out last week.
Friday. It came out yesterday. Yesterday was
did
the
not.
first.
Was
Yeah,
it?
it did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, so we're on top of this with this review. We just saw this.
Yeah.
So you'll like this one, but really for the it wasn't packed. It wasn't packed.
Yeah, it wasn't
So
packed.
a lot of people, not everyone was going to see this, but it was funny. The people that were in there, I saw 3 or 4 people like get up and just leave the theater in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, no, they said they were done. They said they were done. They were peacing out early, checking out early, as we call it.
Well,
Which was sort of
was
strange.
one of them scared out of there, Ron?
I don't know,
Get
dude. It was either scared or they didn't like the movie.
A few people got up to get snacks too, dude. I saw a couple snack runs happen in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, a lot of strange snack runs, a lot of random like munchies. Like I don't know, people were high during this. I saw like a lot of people just like going and like grabbing a lot of munchies. Dude.
I thought it was pretty good. There's a couple girls went to this one, right, Ron?
Yeah, they weren't really watching the movie though.
They weren't really watching the movie.
Who knows?
What does that even mean?
Who knows?
Who knows? Something like that.
We had great seats though, I will say that.
Yeah, no. I like the experience. I like the experience of it.
I like seeing a movie right when it comes out, you know, then you get to have the first reactions really, you know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think movies will be around like that much longer now that we have like Netflix and stuff and the internet.
I don't know. The movies is still like a big date place and shit.
It is, but that's
where they make their money, bro.
Yeah,
They made my money before many times.
But it's kind of pathetic. Like movies, dude. That's been like people have been doing that for like 50 years.
The thing is, girls love the movies, dude. That's why Netflix.
no.
You may be right because Netflix and chill's so popular.
Yeah, Netflix and chill is pretty popular. Like,
But-
dude, Netflix makes, dude, that's...
Netflix makes bank because they did that.
This is what I'm talking about, like, dude, why we should stop talking about, like, you shouldn't just bring up, like, big corporations and, like, your everyday talk. You know what I mean? Because at a point, like, we just become an advertisement, basically, for this, whatever, this brand. And because you're become an advertiser for it by using it, you know what I mean? Or, like, just because it's so big, they just get, like, more and more people. And they just end up making absolute bank, dude. And it's just kind of weird, like...
They make buco bucks.
Yeah!
Some buco bucks.
Yeah. But then because of that, dude, they basically, like Netflix is basically almost controlling your sex life to a point, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Netflix and chill, like, you know what I mean? Like, they get a free fucking ad whenever you bang, whenever you're banging, Netflix get a free ad.
Yeah,
you know
you're right, they do.
Like, it's nuts, dude. Like, you gotta think about that, Ron. It's just really, like, insane to be like, alright, now... They have like that big of an effect on like your life, and you're just kind of like.
It's like
man,
dude, it's like the.
You kind of like be like, man, like I wish there was a better way, you know. Not to say like you hate on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wendy's. Yeah, I had a nuggie down there. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, guys, extremely off topic.
Nuggies.
They literally dumped all my shit. Oh my god, it's disgusting. They dumped all my shit like in the bag. You know, and it's fucking pet peeve. And they give me 3 nuggets, like... fucking hate that place sometimes, but... Yeah, I don't know, I thought
I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying I just don't want to give Netflix or, like, whatever company, like Starbucks or something, a plug just because, like, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't want to give them, you know?
No, that's what I was saying. I'd rather go to the theater than watch Netflix.
I'm saying they can make as much money as they want, dude. But I'm just saying, don't like, let's not take it too far, you know.
Yeah, I know. No, but like some guys, like they just like Trevor.
I'm just saying, have your own self-respect, dude. Have your own self-respect.
Yeah, have your own self-respect, you know. But yeah, I definitely agree. Netflix is definitely taken over a little bit of the theater game, which sucks. I thought the theater was always good to go to,
No, the theater's pretty good though. Yeah, it's great.
especially where you can go to. And, like, they have a bar at the AMC now. You can just go and grab a drink and then go watch like a thriller movie. But yeah, I think the music was really good inside the movie too. I thought the music was good.
It was pretty scary, dude. I said it was pretty
It was pretty scary. Yeah, it had some scary parts to it.
good enough. It was good.
I gotta say, like, the jump scares they had were pretty amazing. There was a couple parts of the movie that really were just weird to me, and I'm trying to freaking remember them now because they were so weird. And I was pinpointed during the movie. I'm like, I gotta mention this during the podcast.
Yeah, there were some really weird.
There was parts that just made no sense whatsoever. You know?
Like what one? Think of one.
Oh God, I had it too, dude. I had it I had it during the movie. I had it during the movie, and it was a spot that I was like, that just what the fuck? That makes no fucking sense. Like, I thought like what you're saying with the plot, like being bad, like most of the plot was horrible.
Oh yeah.
Like there's not like a lot of cheesy pep talks between parents and the kids, I would say. At times, you know. How the hell did... Oh, this is the part. I fucking can't spoil it, though. I can't fucking spoil it.
No, just spoiler alert, just stop listening right now.
Yeah, stop listening right now if you do not want to hear what happens during the movie. But this is the part I pinpointed, Jack, that I don't understand. It was really strange to me. Remember when the kid was stabbed in the pool?
Yeah.
How the fuck, and why the fuck did they do this? Makes no sense to me. The girl somehow finds him, drags him out of the pool. He's still alive, and he's fucking breathing through his mouth. Blood's coming out of his mouth, and he's been stabbed like 4 times.
Yeah.
And like huge pool of blood in the pool, and he's somehow alive. And she like puts him down, and he's still alive, and says, "I'm gonna go get help." Never finds help, and then just like leaves, and we never hear from that like what happened to that kid at all.
Oh yeah, but then apparently
apparently he got saved or something.
Yeah, but because when the girl got back home, apparently they called the hospital and they saved him, I guess.
Yeah, just real. Still, you know what I mean, though? Like, that was
because
crazy ending, really.
I know, but yeah, you're right, because if you count up how many bad guys there were, right? There's two girl bad guys, right?
Both dead.
Yep, and there's one bad guy, or 2 bad guys. I think there was 2. Was it 1 or 2?
1.
1.
It was just the guy with the bag.
Yeah, so we're still spoiling it, but basically, yeah, they killed off all the bad guys. So the kid who was stabbed in the back just like bled there until someone fucking found him eventually.
Yeah, which is like extremely unlikely.
Yeah,
and like very.
He was dead. Just kill him, man.
Yeah, he was dead. Dude, and then the car.
Oh no, but the thing that gets supposed to be scary is the end when there's like the 2 knocks on the door or whatever. Remember that?
That was scary.
No, but dude, it's just the doctor gonna walk into the room.
Yeah.
So it's like not scary. They're just trying to make it seem like it's like scary.
They're setting a stage for another Strangers. That's really what I thought of it too.
No, but no, because it's not.
No, it's
scary.
not even that.
But it's just not scary. It's like, you know what I mean? It's more of like a satire, more like a dark comedy type thing, you know?
Yeah, it's like a dark comedy thing. It shows like how they went through like a fucking ordeal.
Yeah.
You know, so they were still like, she was still fucking freaking out.
Yeah, they were still scared, but dude, it was just the doctor knocking twice before a doctor entered the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, wasn't anything to be freaking out about.
But it shows that's one of the things that these kind of movies do is they use noises. They use noises and actions to scare people. So it's like people not like I guess like maybe that it's something we don't really realize in real life, but I guess that is a little bit freaky sometimes when people just. Like, if you're in a place that you're unfamiliar with and someone knocks on the door...
What do you mean?
It doesn't say anything? Like, I've always thought that as sort of weird, when someone knocks on a door and just doesn't say anything.
Where does that ever happen?
It doesn't happen, but, like, but I'm saying, like that's what makes it scary. It's like, there's someone knocking at a door, and they knock twice. Like, it's like, they knock twice, then they stop, then they knock twice again, and they don't say anything. Most people will be like, hello? Is anyone home? Like, or if it's someone you know, like, they're going to be like, say your name and, like, be like, yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
But like that, the setting's mad scary. Like I can like when I see movies like that, like pictures me back at like my grandfather's cottage or something that's out like in the middle of like Western Mass,
Really?
like out in the middle of nowhere. And it's like
Really?
if I was ever there at night, like with people, and I just heard a knock at the door, it's so random. Like I would never hear a knock at the door in that kind of place.
Yeah.
You know, there's some neighborhoods you're at that like people just don't knock on your door. Like it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
rare.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's rare, so it's freaky as fuck when someone does it once. Like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what a lot of those like cottage situations are.
Oh yeah.
Is like they're out in like the middle of nowhere. Like even when I go out to Maine, dude, I stay on like that lake. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. There's
Oh,
like
yeah,
no
yeah.
houses out there, and it's like it's sort of freaky for me. I don't really like not being around anybody. I feel like that's like a freaky thing at times, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think, and obviously not everyone feels that way because there's people that live out in like bumfuck nowhere with
Yeah, I
no one
think-
near them at
yeah,
all.
yeah. No, I think it was scary because it was an abandoned thing, you know.
Yeah, that's what makes it scary, you know.
But I can see it both ways. I can see it being good and like great and not that great. It'd be pretty cool though, dude. If like imagine if you did have your place in the middle of nowhere, as you say, like with literally no one else around. You just had like a mansion or whatever. Just
Well,
in the
that's
middle
how
of
that's how it
fucking
is
nowhere.
out in that like area of Rhode Island, Watch Hill, where like all the rich people live.
Yeah. Some
Where it's
yeah.
like
No, but even
it's
more.
mansions out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
like
but imagine like even more like I'm saying like imagine you just had a place, dude, like where literally no one else was around. Like in South America or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like in the middle of the woods, you know?
yeah, no, that'd be I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of those kind of places.
You wouldn't like you wouldn't say like, oh, that'd be like awesome to have, like, you know?
I think that'd be cool actually. Yeah, because if I'm not around anyone, then like what the fuck's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna fucking just randomly stumble across you in the middle of
Yeah,
bumfuck
yeah.
like.
The Congo or something.
In like
you
the
know?
Congo
Yeah.
jungle, like out in like the middle somewhere, or like out in like the fucking like out in like the forest out in like Switzerland and the mountains out in Switzerland. Like I doubt anyone lives up in the fucking like
Yeah.
most desolate areas in the world. You know.
Yeah, dude, I really wish like I was able to like live in a place like that, you know?
So this is Brendan's plan for tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We go, we play disc golf, and then we go to Kings,
Ooh.
and we play pool and watch the URI basketball championship game.
Ooh. They're still in. They're still in.
Yeah, they're in it. They're in
Oh,
it.
wow.
They're in the championship game to go on to the tournament.
All right.
So they're already like in
How
the
many
tournament.
rounds of disc golf?
It's only one round.
All right.
Are you down or not? 11:30 start time.
What if I just go to the Kings thing after?
You could just
Can
do
I
that if you don't want to play it.
Ooh.
It's in Dedham. I think we're going to the Dedham Kings.
Oh really? Dedham Kings. Dedham Kings?
Yeah.
Why? That's closer to Borderlands.
Yeah. It's like closer to Borderlands. Plus, it's where Brendan's like family's going after or something.
Oh yeah. All right. Let me know though. I'll get still go.
Yeah, I'll let you know. But yeah, I think that's the thing though that made this movie crazy, is how fucking like how eerie the road is. Like
Yeah, exactly.
how big it is too. Like the world that they were in was pretty big.
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly.
there's like a pool. It's like they made like I bet you that place in like real life, that kind of like campground is mad small. They made that place seem so
Oh,
much
yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
larger
yeah.
than what it actually like was.
Yeah. It's probably like a little sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wrap it up.
I thought it was this is guess one part in like the whole thing.
Alright, one last thing.
What the fuck? This is a question. Spoiler alert again. But well, actually, not really a spoiler because it's sort of just a random thing that happened in the movie. What the fuck hit the car that made it crash?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing that you
What
said.
the fuck hit the
Yeah.
car that made it crash? That's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
huge question in this movie.
Yeah,
like,
that's one of those things that you were talking about.
not really even a spoiler.
Things-
just
yeah, it was
when you
things
see
in
it,
the-
like,
yeah.
what the fuck hits the car in the movie that makes it crash?
Very true. Yeah, that's an unanswered question.
Because it's like it seems like someone threw something at the car.
Yeah.
But what the fuck was it they threw at the car? Like, wasn't that weird? That was a weird scene.
Yeah.
That's another weird scene.
I hate to bring up these brand named companies and stuff though, but I mean this guys over here, dude, are making bank tonight, dude. They're making bank
Wendy's?
right now. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're making
Dude,
money. They're making
right
money.
now. They're lit right now.
I do want my other nugget. Might have to go back in.
I'll go back over.
No, I'm kidding. Imagine that. Like, I only get 3 nuggets in this sport report. Do I have to fucking message on the Facebook page right now and give up everything, give up every girl I ever had for the poor board to stay on the menu? God.
Wait, they only gave you 3?
Yeah, give me 3. Unless there's one buried in the bag. I'm not digging through the fucking bag. They already spilled my fries all over the bottom. It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, look, this guy's not turning his lights off though. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's another thing that's annoying, dude. A car faces another car and just keeps the lights on. What the fuck's the point of doing that? Maybe that could be like a good rant for the night.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, no, it's like, seriously, again, what's he gonna do now? Oh, look how he's gonna reverse and he's not. Now this guy's playing fucking weird. Like, what if this is The Strangers right now? What if a guy just walked out of there and had like an axe dragging down and we had to fucking dip?
We had a dip.
Oh, God.
No,
It's cool they used the same people from the first Strangers movie.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, same like 3.
Yeah.
Same
What's
3.
3? 4. You
Or
mean.
4. No, it's 3, 3 enemies, though. 3 of the,
no, there's, 3 enemies.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
same 3 enemies?
Same 3 enemies.
Oh, but different family?
Same mass, too, but, like, a different family and everything. But, like, the thing is, in the first movie, I don't think we find out where they attacked from. I don't think it was the same campground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the weird part, too.
It was a different campground?
I think it was just like a residential road or some shit. It was like out in Vermont or something. Like,
that's pretty cool.
You know, and I guess something we could add in to this podcast too is when I was doing research about these movies a little bit before we saw it. I think did I tell you about this too?
No, you didn't.
No, when we first had like the argument about when you were saying this isn't that scary, I mentioned about this. I don't think we put it on podcast though, but
go ahead.
it was the director in this movie, forget his name at the moment, but when it said, I don't know if you caught this at the beginning of the movie, but it said again on the movie, it said based on true events.
Really?
Yeah. And the whole thing behind that was the director had like I guess it was this weird thing that was going on when he lived in like, I think he lived somewhere, it was pretty rural, I think it was like Vermont or something, Maine. Somewhere up there, and he lived on like a dirt road, and there wasn't many houses, no street lights or anything. And one night his parents were out, and it was like 11:30 in the evening or something.
Yeah.
And there's just like a knock at the door, and like 3 people.
11:30 at night.
Yeah, 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
There's a knock at the door, like
Yeah.
like how this movie displays it.
Yeah.
And he opens up the door, and like 3 kids are there, right? And they open the door, and like they're like, "Hey, like, are your parents home or something?" And he's like, "Nah." He's like, "No, they're not home." And they shut the door. I guess they saw the lights on and knocked on the door. So then, like later, like a couple weeks after that, the author, like the director, finds out that this was back when he was a kid.
Yeah.
They find out that like 3 teenagers were like stealing shit, like breaking into houses and shit.
Oh, really?
So we think what he thinks is what happened is they knocked on the door, saw the lights were on, but didn't see any cars in the driveway,
Yeah.
and probably thought no one was home. And when they opened up the door, they were like, "Oh shit!" Like
Oh,
people are
really?
home, yeah. But like that's how he got motivation for this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he said there's like some eerie. He's like there's always an eerie feeling when there's a knock on a door in like a desolate area, like
Yeah.
at a weird time. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. What was your rant from work or whatever?
I don't know if I have
No,
much.
there has to be one. I thought you said there was one. You had a big one.
Oh, just this guy at fucking work is just a fucking retard. So as most everyone knows, like in the Northeast, we had like a huge fucking storm this past week. Like
Yeah.
pretty bad, hit our areas pretty bad. A lot of trees went down and shit. And They didn't cancel work for us. But, this guy I work with, Jim, he fucking doesn't come into work till noon, I hear. I took the day off. Doesn't come into work till noon. Then goes around telling everyone his power was out. And, then he, like, doesn't call, he doesn't text my boss or, like, tell my boss at all. So, like, my boss, like, he emails him and he's like, were you in, like, yesterday? And, he emails back this, he's like, my power was out. But, like, doesn't say he was in or not. So then, like, my boss, like, so did you come in or did you not come in? Like, this guy's so fucking retarded that you have to, like, break down everything in fucking preschool language for him to understand it, like. Why isn't this guy shutting off his lights? What a fucking dickhead. God. And now he's back on the fucking shitless rant. Like, oh my fucking God, this guy's such a fucking idiot. Whoa, take out the camera and start filming this motherfucker, because this is going on podcast exclusive. Like, what the fuck is his problem? Seriously, what the fuck is this guy's problem?
Dude, he probably doesn't realize that they're on.
He doesn't realize they're staring right at my fucking vape smoke cloud right now, and that they're illuminating it for everyone to see, for Wiz Khalifa to be seeing. Dude, he's just being a dick. He just knows we're eating Wendy's and smoking in here, and he's like, I'm pissed at these kids eating and smoking in this car right now. We're gonna call the cops on these kids right now. Wiz Khalifa right now. Here, I'm gonna tell Wendy's. And then we'll just be like, fuck you, dude. We buy 404s all the time. We give too much money to Wendy's. He took my 4x4. Fucking kids.
You guys know one more work thing? Or something? You said you had another good one.
Oh, so, like, basically, I set up, so we did a project, right? And the way I set it up, because I give out this type of project at my work, like I'm in charge of like getting them out, like the closeout projects. So what I did was it was like not that big of a project, but like one of the co-ops didn't have anything to do. Okay. So my logical this co-op's notorious for fucking up all of our files and us having to like go recover them.
Yeah.
So I just thought of the brilliant plan. I'm like, all right, I'll make a copy of the file for the co-op to work in. And then Jim can work out of the live file, because Jim's a full-time employee that I'm not, like, in charge of. If he fucks something up, like, it's Jim just fucking up, so I don't really care. So he does, like, half of it, and then, I was like, alright, you do these two parts of the drawing.
Yeah.
And then Gavin, the co-op, will do the other two.
Yeah.
So I was like, alright, they'll both do, like, their two parts of the drawing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jim, once Gavin's done, you copy his work into your drawing. It's, like, real easy. You just fucking copy and paste it. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And, what happens is, like, he handed it in incomplete. Because he was retarded, Jim.
Okay.
Because he was retarded and didn't notice that, like, he was supposed to copy the co-op's work and combine both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't do that. So when he didn't do that, he, like, we missed out on some work, so we had to, like, do it over. So then the PM had to, like, come down and, like, straighten out the situation and, like, talk to him and, like, how to do it. Because, like, he needs to get babysit and just told everything. It's just fucking annoying. Yeah, and he's, like, a full-time employee, which makes no fucking sense. So, like, the PM comes down and he's fucking talking to them and trying to figure out the whole fucking situation, right?
Yep.
And, this fucking asshole with his lights and... So, like, he's trying to figure out the whole fucking situation, right? The whole fucking thing. So he figures it out. Jim fixes it. It's like 3:40, dude. I'm about to get ready to leave. I'm like finishing up some work. I was actually grinding on a lot of fucking work, getting like a lot of shit done.
Really?
And like Jim comes over and just starts sort of like bitching in my ear. Like he's like, you know what? Like you shouldn't be giving like 2 people the same project. He's like, because now there's different files and I'm not understanding what's going on and what needs to go where. And dude, the whole time I'm just sitting there like, yeah, okay. Yep, alright, whatever. I really want to be like, fuck off, Jim, like, you piece of shit, you're dumb as fuck. But, like, I know if I said that, he'll just, like, he's the kind of guy, dude, he'll, like, go and run and, like, complain to HR about me or something and, like, get me fucked and put me under the radar. Because I know, because one thing about him, dude, is he's under the gun right now. So, like, I'm not under the gun, so, like, he needs to find a way to throw someone else under the gun. But, like, it's almost impossible because he's so fucking dumb that, like, for me to get down to his dumb level, I'd have to, like, jump off a fucking light post and land on my head. For me to get to his level of work, that's how far I would have to fucking fall down. Like, he's literally that fucking stupid. Like, this is a guy, folks, that I truly believe lied on his fucking resume. And me and Jack looked at the resumes, and there was 2 different ones that had different shit on them. Both of them. And, like, the reason I go so hard on this guy is because, like, and this is the thing I don't understand, is, like, people have told me, like, dude, like, you shouldn't be, like, judging what the fuck he's doing. It's like, no, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck you and your stupid ideas. This guy literally should get challenged because if this guy's faking that he's an engineer, that's disgraceful to other engineers that have a degree. That's why I get pissed about it. That's why I get pissed about it, because it's like, this guy's making, like, the good engineers that actually went through school and actually, like, do engineering shit, he's making them look like shitheads. And that's why I got a fucking problem with it. Like, when people say, like, oh, you shouldn't have an issue, like, what he's doing, it's like, no, he works for he, like, works with me. This guy could, like, fuck up my reputation because he sucks. That's how I look at things. Like, I don't want my reputation to be that some dumbass works in my company and doesn't know how to do anything mechanical. You know, I want to work for a company where everyone knows what the fuck they're doing. At least has the qualifications to know what the fuck they're doing. I can deal with people that act like idiots for their own personal interest and shit. That's how people do business. But this guy literally doesn't deserve to be called, like, a mechanical dude. Like, he's not a mechanical guy. He has no mechanical skill at all. Like, I'd put my money on it. The guy has no mechanical skill. He definitely did not generate half the shit that he has on that resume. I'll put money on it. I'd put, like, my next fucking year paychecks on this guy. Like, this guy's not worth anything. This guy's worth a fucking minimum wage salary because he can't do jack shit for you that's worth anything. Like, and that's the problem I have with him, too, is, like, you'll walk into his office and he's, like, fucking chatting with this chick, dude. This is another thing. Here. On blast! He's on blast! Put him on blast! The On Blast Report on Ron and Jack's podcast. Alright, this is just, I gotta put this guy in blast right here. So, me and a coworker can actually verify this information, so this isn't me spewing out my ass like some people do.
Okay.
But, basically what happened is, like, Jim's been talking to, like, this woman at work all the time. Like, he has more emails from this woman on his PC than he has work-related from the entire time he's worked there. He has more emails back and forth between this woman. This woman will email him, like, in the morning and be like, Jim, honey, how you doing? Like, it's stuff you did not want to hear at work. It grosses me out. Bad images in my head. Bad images.
How do you know this?
Because we saw it on his computer.
How did you see it on
We
his
were there
computer?
doing work, and he had his email up, and usually he has all the tabs shut down. I don't know if you're familiar with Microsoft Outlook.
Yeah.
But you can, like, shut down the mini tick tabs, and it will put, like,
yeah.
last week's, last month.
Yeah,
You can compress them into nothing.
Yeah,
So he usually always has them like that, but for this time he had, like, an email open.
Yeah.
And, like, we were fixing his computer, because, like, he fucks up everything. So it's like, there's literally, I can't name you the last thing that he's done that I've been like, you've done that perfectly. Like, I can't think of a time I've ever had to say those words. So basically, dude, what happened with this guy is, like, I think he's, like, talking to this woman at work a lot.
Okay.
On work's time.
This
is, like, fucking
How
retarded.
do you know he's talking to her again? You saw it on his email?
I saw, like, 5 emails, and, like, one of them was like, Jim, honey, how you doing today? Hopefully everything's going alright. And then Jim will, like, respond back. And, like, he's also on Facebook, too, so who the hell knows how many of those messages? Because he's always talking to someone on there.
It's impacting his
I
performance.
fucking hate it. Dude, I hate's a strong word. I can't say that, but he's a fucking idiot. I think that's acceptable to say, like, oh, shit, dude.
What is this?
Dude, we getting surrounded?
Is this the cavalry?
Dude, dip. I'm freaking out.
Oh, God. Dude.
Wait,
they're
do
all
we dip?
facing
Dude,
us, dude.
I don't know what we do.
Dude, they're all facing us.
Do we dip? They're all fucking... What? Oh, God, there's a van coming up. Oh, God.
Dude, they're just mowing on Wendy's right now.
Oh, we can stay here. Fuck it. Fuck that.
Hold on.
Why am I freaking out like this is the Strangers movie right now? This would be a perfect intro to this podcast, by the way.
All right. Any last words?
I think that's it. I think it's probably my rant for the day. For the week, probably. That's about it.
All right.
I want to thank everyone for listening. We're going to try to get this one up on YouTube, and then I'm going to throw it up on the iTunes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like, YouTube sucks nowadays. Sorry. Trashing on the people that fucking put our shit out. But like, that's just how it is. Like, it sucks that we can't put directly from YouTube to iTunes. That's the one issue we have, and like we have to go from SoundCloud to fucking iTunes, and it's like pain in the ass. So until we figure out, like, we know how to do it, it's just that we have to upgrade our SoundCloud.
I thought we do have it on iTunes.
Well, we do have one episode on there.
Oh,
we have our first ever episode on that.
And to get more, you have to cost money.
Yeah, so you should send this to me ASAP so we don't lose any more, because we lost, I think we lost like 6 or 7 podcasts. I think we have a few that you can probably send to me that are old ones. We'll throw those. Let me throw those up on the YouTube.
Alright.
The old ones. I know there's a couple old ones. I don't remember what the hell they're about. Maybe the It one's on there. It one's on YouTube. I think we're actually like doing pretty decent. Like, I know, like, the big thing about getting followers on YouTube, dude, is putting out as much like fucking as we can. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we've put a lot out. Let me throw this away. I just get shot when I go out. Like, the guy steps like, put the bag in the air. Put the bag in the air. That's exclusive.
La la la